So let's move into the first story of the day. This story came from the Taipei Times newspaper, Taiwan, but it's about South Korea. South Korea's first feminist party runs for elections. Glass ceiling? The Women's Party has a tough battle ahead in a socially traditional and patriarchal society in which women make up just 17% of assembly members. South Korea is regularly ranked lowest in the developed world for gender equality, but for the first time, a feminist party is seeking parliamentary seats at Wednesday's election, accusing the political establishment of having failed women. The Women's Party was founded last month on International Women's Day on the back of a surge of anger over the nation's spy cam porn epidemic and other crimes, and against backdrop of an enduring pay gap and employment and childcare issue. However, it has a mountain to climb. It has put forward 4 candidates in a proportional representation section of the vote and will need 3% of the popular vote to secure a single seat. I had signed petitions and participated in rallying against the sexual violence against women, but realized it wasn't going to work. So I've decided to go to the National Assembly, said Kim Joo-hee, one of the 4 who, at 25, is among the youngest candidates in the whole election. The party has about 10,000 members. About 3/4 of them are in their 20s, and Kim said she will never marry nor have children in her effort to fight patriarchy. However, the party is unlikely to attract any male voters, and the threshold means it needs to secure the backing of 6% of all women. It is an ambitious goal when South Korea's 2 major parties, the ruling left-leaning Democratic Party of Korea and the conservative main opposition United Future Party, and their stellate titles, dominate the political system. And a single issue parties having long struggled. For many women, it's hard to support a party only because it deals with women's issues, said Kun Soo-han, president of Korea Women's Political Solidarity Organization. Chun Ha-jae, a 33-year-old mother who works in Seoul, said she would vote for a party that offered solid pledges on children's education and tackling of the nation's sky-high housing prices. I have too many other responsibilities in my life solely to focus on gender issues, she said. Of course, I'm angry about the cyber-sexual violence, but I'm skeptical giving a single seat to a feminist party that can actually lead to a significant difference, she said. Despite the economic and technological advances, South Korea remains socially traditional and patriarchal and has one of the world's thickest glass ceilings for women. Okay, so I want to stop there, and I want to give you my comments on this article and why I thought it was newsworthy and what I want to share about it. Hold on and look forward to my comments. So here are my thoughts on South Korea's first feminist party. A little history about South Korean culture. Korean women are the lowest population in the world to have children. So anything this story says to better children's lives is a sham, because they don't even have any. In 2018, Korea passed a law that pretty much allowed couples to split assets 50-50, kind of like America. Until this time, a man's money was his. In 2019, divorce rates skipped over 10% higher because women knowing they could get free prizes for breaking up their family. So yes, it kept women and families together until this happened because men were basically working all day. Okay, then let's move on. President Lee in 2010 mandated all public schools to teach English to promote better education for all children. At this time, poor mothers were complaining that my child won't get ahead because of rich people that are paying for private education. President Lee signed into law every school, elementary to high school, would get these English teachers to appease these mothers. They said they'd have kids. They still had no kids, and they got free education. So again, what the feminists say is bull. Moving on. Okay, we already know it's fake marketing when talking about equal pay gaps on jobs and such. They want entitlements and supremacy. Everybody wants power and to rule over others. That's just normal human nature. These same women do not have to register for the National Army, unlike every Korean man. They get ahead in the university studies while men serve. If they want equality, enlist or volunteer during that time. Yes, every Korean man, it doesn't matter who you are, has to do 18 to 24 months in the Army, between 18 and 30. It's mandatory. These women do not. So they just go right into university, then right into jobs. So if anything, they're earning money earlier than the men in the Army. Lastly, if we take a track record of most women-run countries, they have actually devalued them in safety, culture, and wages. Look at Germany and Merkel. That's not going well. I think it was Malaysia. It's a prime minister there. She's doing extreme laws to lock people down for the social distancing and stuff. So keep that in mind, that gender does not necessarily equal better results. And now my thoughts, why I thought this article was appealing. I do commend them for doing this and making a party. Taking action is better than doing nothing and better than just shouting or sitting idle. They recognize they may not get or they have no men voters, so they should show them they need to find ways to work with others besides themselves. I liked this article as I read newspapers or watch videos of men angry over marriage laws, the way children in divorce are treated, and how they can't defend themselves like Me Too accusations and such. There was an article in the Australian newspaper just this week that a judge says that a man can never question a woman's hearsay in court because he went to the Supreme Court and they said, nope, what you say doesn't matter. We take her rule over yours. Okay, so at the same time, these men cry saying they can't do anything, but not walk away and be not involved in anything. By doing nothing, they accept the way things are and contribute nothing to society. If something bothers you, become proactive in whatever it is. Make a difference. So with that in mind, those are my thoughts. But what are your thoughts on everything I shared? Please leave your comments below. Hi. The small clip you saw was brought to you by Loyal World News. If you like what you saw, you should subscribe and look up my daily Loyal World News report for its full version. If you don't want to watch it on YouTube, prefer to be on the road, I also have a podcast in every full-length video I put up.